Hello and welcome to another tip for the ride. My name is Alice Trindle and this is Chance. He's going to help me today to put a little finesse to our Liberty work. No strings attached. We've been working the last few days on picking up different postures with our Liberty work. The first one that we worked on was more of a round pen posture where we were the hub or the center of the wheel and the horse was the rim. Our energy went out on the spoke. He says, I'm already kind of going to show off for you here just a little bit. See if I can follow your body language. In fact, he'd kind of like to write the video right now, he says. This ought to be what we ought to be working on. Enough of this standing around. So I'll put his eyes and his feet to work here a little bit. See if we can't get him to come back and it be my idea rather than his. So hang out for just a little bit and then you can show off, okay? Okay. Then we went to a bit of a square pen kind of posture where we asked the horse to really have self-confidence out there on his own track on a bigger square while we kept good balance, good timing, good posture on our smaller square. Today what I'd like to do is show you how some dances really, some little moves that you might do now to start playing with your horse just a little bit. All of these things relate to how I'm going to ask for these kinds of movements in the saddle. I want to again be very aware of where my shoulders, my hips, the projection of my core area energy, where all of that is going, and having that clear picture ahead of time. In the meantime, we'll develop an even stronger bond, a stronger relationship as we go through this. So let's get started with a couple of those kind of nice little dance steps that you might do at Liberty with your horse. First I'll go ahead and send him off and get a little square pen going, and then I'll invite myself in a pretty close proximity and we'll see what we can do from that spot. So let's send him off here. We've been sending him off the same way last few times, so we'll start the other way. We're going to go off here to his left. I'd like to have his weight go back there just a little bit. I'll go ahead and pick up my square pen posture here with him. Note that my whip is inside my hand. And I'm going to just see if I can check out a nice little circle to begin with. If I was riding a circle, my inside leg would come on, my outside leg would go slightly back, my shoulder on the inside, my hip on the inside would spiral up and back, and my hand would just hold a nice little cobweb. Let's see if I could do that. Spiral up here and ride him on a circle. Now the one thing I don't have at Liberty work is that outside leg or the outside rein. So the opportunities to balance the horse at Liberty are a little bit tricky sometimes. And I may not be able to just get the level of finesse that I will when I'm in the saddle and have the advantage of my outside rein and outside leg. Now if I wanted to change direction away from me, when I was up on board, I would push this right rein a little bit forward. I would spiral my body up to the left. And I would speed up the outside of my horse just a bit. I wonder if I could do the same thing here. Spiral up, speed the outside of my body up, then ride him on out of it. Good. Excellent. Felt like I was going to lose him there for a little bit, so I brought his attention back here to my inside. Good. Now I wonder if we could trot this up and do some transitions. Hear the trot in my mind's eye. See the trot. Invite him. Now I wonder if he could find his way back down. That's pretty nice. Now you may be saying, you know, I'll bet she's done this 1,000 times. And you're probably maybe not going to believe me, but I've never done this with this horse. This is Susan's horse, and he's much more attached to Susan. Really ought to have her out here doing this. Let's see if I might be able to do a whoa here. And I'll use the wall to be able to help me just a little bit. And my whip just in front of him a bit. Carry that back. Very nice. Carry that forward. This little drill of your whoa to your backup is something that you can really work on with your halter and lead, and maybe a flag here on the inside to help establish it ahead of time. Whoa. Very nice. Notice I use my whip there, not so much to back his chest, but to just catch his outside eye. It was my outside leg there for a minute. Let's see if I could change direction here towards me. Reach in, get his eye, put my right leg on. Bring that hip underneath. Now balance on that left hind. Yep, that left left hind right there. Good. Nice. Good boy. Excellent. See if we can get it on the other side now. Sometimes horse A and horse B are very different. The way they pick you up with their eyes, the way they sense you on that side of their body, one side to the other can be very different. So I'm going to try to set this up and have a pretty balanced horse from horse A, horse B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on all 4 quarters of his body as well. I'll back him up a bit, pick up that front foot, change to bring my whip inside of my hand. See if I have a little square going on here. That feels pretty good. Let's see if I could ride a circle here. My left leg would come on the horse. My left hip and shoulder would spiral up and back. My elbow will stay heavy, and I feel that cobweb here in my hand. And we'll ride on out. Feel like I was going to lose him there for a little bit, so I just brought my shoulder back, see if he could position his body to follow my suggestion. I want to be a good leader for my horse. His job is to know where his feet are. My job is to say where we're going with those feet. I have to look ahead and allow my core area to tell me where we're going. Had an interesting conversation just today with the gentleman who was talking about boxing position and what strength that's needed in your core area and where you carry your elbows when you want to have that kind of strength to box. This is very similar. I just don't have my hands maybe quite as high as a boxer. See if I could change and do a turn around my right leg now if I were up on board. My left rein would have to expand. My right leg stays on board. Nice. Change the bend. Nope, no back up yet. Carry that out. Excellent. Good. I'm going to prepare for a little halt here. Change my whip so it's a sword in my outside hand. See if we could stop. Carry that back. Nice. Carry that forward. Very nice. Good. See if we could do a little trot. See it. Shoulder blades weight back. Hear it in my mindless eye. It's a 1, 2, 1, 2, and trot. Oh, I lost him. Rats. That's when you get mad, right? No, that wasn't his fault that the glue came unglued. We'll go back, we'll set it up again. We'll see if he can't find a reason to stay with me a little bit more. Before I lose him, I'll bring him down to that walk. I'll set it up so I can use this fence just a little bit, this wall, for my stopping. Very careful not to say those words till I'm ready. Whoa. Carry that back. Good. Carry that forward. Thank you. Nice. Good job. Now let's see if we can get just a little bit fancy and ask him to do a little haunches in. Let's talk about a haunches in shape before we do it. Going this direction, his left eye is going to still stay to the left. His body will stay wrapped around in a slight arc to the left, off of your left leg if you're up on board. But his haunches will move in to the left as well. It's a leg yield posture, or it's a half pass posture. Let's see if I could set that up. I'll change my positioning here just a little bit. See if he could wait for me. I'll draw on his nose and have those haunches step in. I'm not asking for that to go through there. He says, well, we've never done this at Liberty before, Alice. Thank you. Good. Change eyes. Nice. Good. Let's set it up again over here. I'll use the wall to help me for a little bit. Pretty soon he'll get that idea that when I get into this posture, right here, that I could ask his haunch to come into me. And I'm still have a little draw on his eye. Reward their slightest try, then go back up, set it up again. See how it works better the next time. It's about body positioning and asking for this. It's working better because Susan set this up with the horse. Let's change eyes. Good. Has already set this up with the horse on the ground with the lead rope and the halter or snaffle bit. Now where else can we go with this kind of stuff? I could go where I start on the inside and then move to the outside like I did right there. Now I'll ride him off. Start on the inside. Move to the outside. Nice. Good boy. Carry that back a bit. Excellent. Good. I think we're about at our max for where his mind is today. I hope you enjoyed this last little tip for the ride on our Liberty work. This one on how to use some different games. Exactly the same kinds of things you'll be using in the saddle here on the ground. If you can get it to work here, it'll be superb up in the saddle. It's about developing that kind of a relationship with your horse. So until we see you again, we invite you to visit the website, tnthorsemanship.com. Check out our schedule. A lot of things going on this summer, coming up this fall, and we'd love to ride with you. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.